One of my biggest learnings have been that leadership is not just like a business skill, but also a very human skill, right? And many times we ignore the human side of ourselves, but also others in business, right? So can you share something about you which most people are not aware of?
Yeah, I think one of the parts of entrepreneurship that people don't talk a lot about is like what it could do to your home life. I think it's one thing like, hey, business is booming, we've raised all this money, we've got all these employees, we've got all these customers, but it's like, what does that actually look like for the entrepreneur at home? How much time do you have for yourself, your wife, your kids? And I think for me, that's definitely been arguably the harder part of the journey, is trying to maintain some semblance of work-life balance. I think it's hard to really sit here and say that there is work-life balance for me in the moment today, but it's certainly something that I am striving towards and I am trying to make a priority for me. And so I think one of the things that I've tried to do and would encourage other entrepreneurs to do is really decide like, what are the key things within your home life that are just non-negotiable? And for me, that's getting my kids dressed, taking them to school every day, and then putting them to bed at night as much as I possibly can. And so for me, like, there are trade-offs with that decision process. Like, hey, I'm not going to go to that conference. I'm not going to take this trip because this is important to me. And I think I've tried to draw that boundary as much as I can. And I think for me, that's been a really helpful way of trying to kind of maintain that separation and that sanity at home while scaling an organization that's growing the way that Tilt is.